Gang, real quick before we get this episode started, summer is going into full swing, and so is the Are You Garbage Keep It Moving 2021 tour.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be coming to a town near you for a little bit of stand-up, and we're going to be answering your garbage questions. Kippy, tell them what they need to know.
Yeah, guys, on June 22nd, we'll be in Chicago. Still a few tickets left for that. June 23rd, we'll be in Indy, Helium. Get tickets for that. And then, buddy, we're all over the place. July 14th, Columbus Funny Bone. July 15th, Cleveland Hilarities. August 11th, Rhode Island Comedy Connection. August 12th, Laugh Boston. Those tickets are cooking. That's going to sell out. Get those tickets. Then August 25th, we're at New Brunswick Stress Factory. And then August 26th, we're at Magooby's Joke House in Timonium, Maryland, right outside of Baltimore. Okay?
I like it, gang. Get some ticks. Come out and see. It's going to be a fantastic, fun time. Come out and hang with Uncle Hank and your Aunt Kippy. Do it.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite new podcast. This is Are You Garbage? It's a little show. We sit down with your favorite comedians, and we find out if they grow up to be classy or if they're just a big old piece of trash. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a solemn day down here at Aunt Tootie's basement. Very upset about the Sixers.
Yeah.
She had a lot of cash on that fucking game.
Yeah, she's spending the Patreon money.
She's spending the Patreon money too much. And speaking of spending Patreon money, this guy's got a brand new Hawaiian shirt every day. He is the CEO of Are You Garbage. He's the head bozo around here, so show him a little respect. Give it up for Kippy, Kevin, James, Ryan.
Hey, gang, thanks for tuning in. As always, please make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. And as you know, those numbers are
True to roof.
True to roof. Then Patreon.com as well. You sign up, you get bonus episodes, the whole 9 yards. You already know the spiel. Live shows coming up. Get tickets. We're tanking here.
And how about a quick shout out to our producer extraordinaire, the Magic Man. He makes us all look good. He's got the place balanced out real nice. Got some pro equipment. Give it up for T-Bone McMuffin, Toby McMullen.
What's up, dudes?
What's up, T-Bone?
B&H on the phone trying to get this return off, dude.
Yeah.
Trying to get a customer service win over here. I like it.
Yeah, we got to return some gear.
Yeah.
But, gang, we could not be more excited to have our incredibly special guest here with us today, back with us today. We got a little company in the house. We got a little star power in the house. He's going to answer your questions. Do me a favor. Give it up for the one, the only, Mr. Jay Larson.
What's up, boys?
Mr. Larson in the flesh.
Great to be here. You got out the nice tan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
It's a sewing kit, actually, in there.
dude?
That's what everybody did.
That
It's
is
a
not
sewing
even.
kit.
You know what the other sign was? If it was a nice night, is those the little Andes candies, the chocolate with the mint laid out like in rows.
Oh, yeah.
That literally would come out after dinner on the table. Like, all right,
It's a game changer.
Yeah,
Those things.
that's
We only
nice.
broke those out on Thanksgiving. It's the only time you saw an Andes candies at our
And
house.
someone brought them. It's not like you guys
Yeah,
had
you
them.
didn't have them in stock at the Foley household.
You split a pack of M&Ms if you want. You came in very, very underimpressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was a studio.
I mean, the table's rocking and rolling.
Well,
you know what I
he's a
mean?
big
It's like-
guy. He lays
My
on it.
chair is about to go.
It went yesterday,
broke
actually.
yesterday.
This was a set of 6. Now you're down to 3. Foley goes through one.
I ate the leaf in the middle.
Thought it
Buddy,
was an
thanks
80.
so much for coming back and hanging out with
Oh,
us.
yeah, man. Great to be here. I love it.
When we did your episode, if you haven't seen Jay's episode, go back and check it out. It's fucking absolutely amazing.
An
This kid-
authority on class. You turned out to
authority
be.
on
You know what I mean?
class.
You blew our hair back. I was like, yeah, going into it, I'm like, I know he's classy, but your attention to detail on things, second to
Still,
none.
you know, that's just how
A
I
gentleman.
do it. You know what I mean?
We like it.
Yeah.
We wanted to open up with this, actually.
Yeah.
We had a little debate last episode. We had somebody reach out to us and asked us, he's throwing his first party, like his
First
first
adult
adult
party.
get-together.
Yeah.
Not like fucking, Coke and whatever.
Not a kegger.
He's doing his first get-together with friends, and he was asking us advice on what are some do's and don'ts of
What
it.
are some must-haves? If Jay Larson's throwing
How
down
many people we talking?
about 12 people,
Oh.
everybody's 25 to 35.
All right, no solo cups. That's one.
No,
You know what I
we
mean?
said big solo cups. I told him to get 100 solo
I
cups.
say no solo
That's
cups.
the right call.
That was the first thing we bought.
I got the blue ones too to show him I had a little bit of cash.
You're supposed to be an adult here. What are we doing? You use glass. You know what I mean?
True.
And you tell people he probably doesn't have a dishwasher, right? so you say, don't worry, just put it next to the sink. I got it later. You know what I mean?
But how are you going to go through all those glasses? You got 12, 15 people. You're not going to have 30 glasses.
What do you mean? You need new glasses every time you need a drink?
I mean,
You got 12 people, you need 12 glasses. Also, you can go. Glasses aren't expensive.
No,
We're just
they're not.
You came in on a level of class. So we sat here and debated this yesterday for 30 minutes. Never once thought of actual glassware.
Listen, I'm also a glassware guy. You know what I mean? I like glassware.
I
I
can
have
tell.
everything. You need a cordial? I got it. You need a highball? I got it. You need a martini glass? I do them in an old school coupe. I do them in a coupe glass. You can also do champagne in a coupe. So if you got someone
what's a
coming
coupe?
over,
A rocks glass?
no, a coupe is like, that's what they drink in the Gatsby. They go out like they look like a bowl and they're on a stem, so it's only like that deep, but they're super
like
wide.
a little
Yeah.
they're like champagne Johns.
Yeah, that's what you do. That's called a coupe. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you go someplace nice, they'll bring you Manhattan
In
and
a,
that.
I've got Manhattans in a coupe.
Yeah. If someone brings it to you in this, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? That's what you want. So depending on who it's going to be, what'd you tell them about beer? What's a beer set? You got to have a booze for every.
This is
every
what we were
person who's
saying,
coming,
yeah.
right?
This was one of the. Would you reach out and say, "Hey, what's everybody drinking? What do you like?" Or
No.
Okay. Wow.
The first thing I would
Let's fucking
do.
go.
Why you on that tip?
I
too?
was so opposed to that.
Yeah, you're entertaining. You know what I mean? You don't like, oh no, dude, should I second guess and wonder, am I making the right decisions? Shut up, bitch.
Larson's hot, folks.
I'll tell you
Got a
what.
hot one.
You know what you need? You need some. I'll just tell you this, guys.
What are we doing?
I got a buddy who's a restaurateur, right?
Sure.
And I love his.
Of course.
He's got a great aesthetic. He'd like the aesthetic here too.
You're the first guy in here that's ever said the word aesthetic,
I
by the
know.
way. That's where you're coming in.
You know it. You know it.
I thought that was the guy that put you to sleep before surgery.
But I'm at this, I like to go to vintage antique marts, you know what I mean? And I look for old coupes because they're hard to find.
This guy's classy.
But they had these European baby, they're like little tubs. They're like this long, this wide. They round out and they're on a stand like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at it and I'm like, oh, this is perfect for my boy. He's got beer and wine bars. He's got like 3 of them. You do this for events. You fill it with ice. You put
Ice.
wine in it and the beers. It's $300. I grab a photo. I texted my buddy. I'm like, you want this? And he goes, I don't need it, but yeah, I want it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, done. I'll have it at the house. So I think you got to have a container out. You have maybe 2 whites. We're in the summer, right?
Sure.
So I would do a rosé. You got to have a rosé out. Back it up in the fridge. Don't let them know you got it, but it's backed up in the fridge. And you put the cheaper one in the fridge. I'm not saying go crazy. I'm not saying go crazy. I'm thinking $11.99 for your rosé. You know what I mean? But if you look for the advantages, see, you got to be classy but have trash in your veins. That's
Sure.
what I am. So I go to a grocery store that if you buy 6 bottles of wine, you get 20% off. You know what I mean? So then you get to $16.99. You get them down around $13. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty good.
So I get a couple rosés, I get a couple whites, and then I'd have 2 reds, and I'd have them out, and I'd have a little section set up for cocktails. So I'd just have your basic. I'd have a nice whiskey for the fellas if they want to go over
What are you
rocks.
thinking? What are you getting? People coming over. You don't want to flex too hard. Where are you going, whiskey?
I mean, my favorite sipping whiskey is Basil Hayden. That's my favorite. It's simple. It's 80 proof. It's not like 92, 96. You know what I mean? I'm not doing Jack or Bean or something like that. You know
I'm
what
a
I mean?
JMO guy myself.
All right, well, you're talking Irish
Yeah,
whiskey.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So you could do that. A Jamin's good, or you want to do a Macallan or something
Yeah.
like that.
What about Southern Comfort?
SoCo, I probably shelf that. That's for when everyone leaves and it's you and your boys, and you're like, should we do a couple shooters or what? SoCo.
Dude, the way he said you should probably shelf that. Oh,
What about
fantastic.
Prosecco or Cava? Is that stuff old news?
I'd throw a bottle of Prosecco in there, yeah.
White Claws, any of that shit?
You know what I mean? I think I'm out. I out-aged that generation.
Sure, it's a little young. That's what
Okay.
everybody's doing, though.
I
It's
know.
no sugar, no carbs.
I might throw in a hard kombucha. You can go 0 sugars. You know what I mean? That's what I roll with.
Man.
So I
For
go,
my wife's vegan friend.
yeah. Well, you could have a hard kombucha. You could have your Truly or whatever.
Yeah.
Your White Claw, and then I'd have 2 beers. I'd do something to show that you hang with the Brooklyn Cats, and either do a PBR or Miller Lite, or I like Pacifico in a can.
Not
gonna
too
lie.
shabby. No, I've
Okay.
never had it in a can.
Yo, in a can, it's nice.
Love
And
a
then what's the
beer out
other
of a
beer?
can.
And then I would do like an IPA or something like
Really?
that. Yeah.
That was going to be my question. Was a big debate we had where we were saying a couple craft beers, and then you have the backup Bud Light, Miller Light, something in the fridge for when people don't want to keep drinking that heavy shit.
When you go to a dope liquor store, they'll let you go in and mix and match.
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
could
you
go.
pick and pull.
You can get like your White Claw 6-pack or 12-pack. Then you can get like the Pacifico, and then you can boom, boom, boom.
Couple of these, couple of those, call
That's
it
it.
a night.
If you do, I'm not saying you ask ahead of time, but if you got a friend who's dating like an Irish guy or something like that, you get a 4-pack of Guinness. You know what I mean?
Dating an Irish guy.
Know who's coming. You know what I mean?
Sure, of course, of course.
Are you going limes in the Pacifico?
I would put a lime out on a cutting
You
board.
cut or you
I
let
would
it?
never pre-cut. They're going to dry out. I would put out the lime with a knife for people to do their own thing, because then people might make a gin and tonic. You know what I mean? They want to do their own thing.
Are you mixing any drinks and having like something like
If
that?
you
like
wanna do
like
a house-
sangria pitcher.
I'm saying if you want to do a house cocktail, always a nice touch. You know what I mean? You want to do
Very
a house
nice.
cocktail, and then you pre-make it, you put it out, and then you just put like a little card. Hey, this is what this is. You know, like the Foley Frenzy. You know what I mean? And it would be like SoCo, Coke Zero. But you could do
Blue
something
cheese.
like that, yeah. Stuff blue cheese olives in it.
Oh, those are great.
Yeah.
But I have been to parties where they do the house cocktail, and it's not a hit. It's not good, and they're pushing it on you all night. Like, hey,
Yeah,
try
'cause
these,
they
and
wanna
you're
show
like,
up.
come on, these things stink. No one's touching them.
Yeah,
That's
too
why.
much, too many apples in that shit.
Yeah.
Stop with the fucking putting
But
apples.
it is a nice touch. If you do it right, it's
I
fantastic.
did do at my wedding. You know what I mean? We did do a house cocktail at my wedding. Like,
What was it?
It was like a mint Arnold Palmer. You know what I
Nice.
mean? So it was
booze
like,
or just
yeah, with booze.
Okay.
Yeah. And people liked it, you know what I mean? And it's
Sure.
just simple. People like to be. It gives you a thing to make people part of the experience.
Yeah.
When people first show up, they're like, "Can I get you some drink? Let me give you the house cocktail." You don't put it in a giant glass. You don't
Try it.
and just let them try it. You don't push it on them and then let them go.
Mint's really classy. Mint really adds a lot.
Fresh
to
mint?
things. Oh,
Game
good
changer.
night.
Yeah.
Throw
Yeah.
that in there.
What did you guys suggest to him for like apps or food?
I want to get to that, but I want to ask you this first, because I was getting
Breadsticks from Pizza Hut.
The good stuff.
The good
You know
ones.
what I mean?
Extra marinara.
These bozos were saying, and let me rephrase this. Under any circumstances, okay, you have a garage fridge at your place?
No.
Okay, if you did, okay, would you be having the people go into the refrigerator to get anything?
No, that's why I said you should have like a tin, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
a big container.
Right.
That you put ice and water in, wine, beers, stuff like that.
Okay, so no garage fridge. The refrigerator in your house, would you put beers in the crisper and let people grab them out of there? Exactly. Thank
He's
you,
a
Mr.
classy
Larson.
guy.
The crisper
We're-
for me is for like lettuce and shit.
Sure,
you know what
we
I mean?
would remove
I would go
that.
bottom shelf and I'd back it up so it looks like a hotel.
Straight back. It's
Boom.
blocked.
Yeah, like boom.
Yeah.
This is that. This is that. This is that.
Thank you.
But like for me, the first party I think we had in LA as like a married couple before I was divorced is I built a bar out of wood and I got an old sink that I bought, like a steel, you know, those ones that are painted white, and I dropped that in the bar, and then you pack that with ice, and everything was in there, and I had shelves with all the liquor, and then just rows of glasses so that and I had a bowl of fruit so that you cut up whatever your fruit choice was, you know what I mean?
Did you make this thing just for the party?
Yeah.
God damn.
I did our Thanksgiving out there. I built the tables for our Thanksgiving dinner, you know what I mean?
This guy's serious. He came to fucking play.
Dude, he's pro.
I
cloth
know.
napkins,
We're out here
bro.
tossing
Cloth
out
nap- he's
minor
doing-
league answers. This
Yeah.
guy's on the Yankees. We're on the Toluca Wombats.
Shit.
All right.
Appetizers.
Yeah, what'd you guys throw out at him?
Kevin?
I forget, to be honest.
I said that I would have the grill going in some capacity.
But we also said, okay, let's say he lives in an apartment, doesn't have a grill. That's what we also
Yes.
said. So it's like, you don't have to serve a dinner, I feel, if it's like...
12 people, you definitely don't need to serve a dinner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, you got to have enough apps to keep people going.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We said like a charcuterie board, the hummus, the guac, the chips and guac, hummus.
Are you
some
making
pita.
the guac?
Am I making the guac? No.
Okay.
I'm getting it. We live in New York.
I mean, I make the guac. What did you living with in New York have
Well,
to
I'm
do
saying you
with?
can go get like...
I can go get a guac anywhere.
I know.
Yeah, we have avocados here. What are you talking
I
about?
know, but I'm saying
bozo?
I'm not buying like the pre-packaged thing that's been sitting there for 3. I'm getting the fresh, like there's
Right.
like the grocery
I
stores
know
that
what
have
you're
the
talking
fresh
about,
stuff.
yes.
I'm grabbing the freshies.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm spending a couple of bucks, okay?
Yeah.
Patreon's doing all right. I'm getting a fresh guac.
Are you tossing it in a bowl, passing it off as your own?
Yeah, of course. I'm big on that. Played everything.
No, but he's saying, are you saying it? You made it?
I would never say I made it.
Because you know who would do that? My mother and my sister. Like, oh yeah, and you're like, really? When did you
says Entenmann's
When
on
did
it.
you start making Thai food? It's like fucking trash is stacked with boxes. I swear to God.
Delivery guy still in the driveway.
Yeah.
Miss Larson, these chalupas are delicious.
It's an old family recipe.
For real.
They do that? Yeah.
My mom one time, I had Sickler. Me and Sickler went home
Love
to Mass.
Sickler, by the way.
Yeah,
Love 'em.
Shout out to Sickle. So
Shout out.
I don't know if
to-
I told the story the first time, but we go home to my mother's house, and my mother's like, I made a completely fresh meal for you guys. And she's like, Ryan, come look. And she's like, now I've been cooking my meatballs. I've been cooking all day, and that's in a homemade sauce. And then I go, that's a homemade sauce? And she goes, yeah. I'm like, all right. And she goes, and then there's an eggplant parm. She goes, not my recipe. And it's in a box, not my recipe. And then I have a
She's
salad.
not lying about that,
No,
though. It wasn't her
lying.
recipe.
And then garlic bread. And then she goes, now, Ryan, come on, I'll show you the rest. I go, oh, hold on. She goes, what? I go, before we go anywhere. I go, you made that sauce? And she goes, yeah. I go, no, you didn't, Mom. And she goes, yes, I did, Jason. I go, no, Ma, I lived with you for 24 years. You never made a sauce.
Sure.
All of a sudden, you're making sauce. She goes, well, I did make it, Jason. And I go, Mom, I'm not letting you leave this kitchen until you admit.
Why are you putting the screws through it?
Because he makes his own sauce.
Because what are we doing? We're just letting people lie to our face now?
Yeah, Larson, get her.
It's
Get
your
her.
mother, man. Give her a fucking break.
It doesn't matter. We live
I'm
in a
not.
society.
So I go,
Fucking Sipowicz over
she goes,
here.
I made the sauce, Jason. I go, Ma, I can't accept that. And she goes, you know what? I ran out of sauce, so I had to use some jar sauce too. Are you happy? And then I looked in the trash later, 4 things of jar sauce.
What are we talking about? Classico? What was
No,
it?
it was mixed up. A little Prego Classico, and I think there might have been a Rayo's in there for a kicker. You know what I mean? Just a little Rayo's kicker.
That's the good bottle you put out.
that shit's
You leave that one at the top of the recyclable so
Yeah.
people see it.
Just for the guy picking up your trash.
Yeah. Oh, they got Rayo's money.
That's great. He's out there.
That's a big question we had. If you do, you seem like a guy who would make your own sauce. Am I being presumptuous here?
I can. I mean,
You can.
I have a really good recipe from a friend of mine, yeah.
If you do, if you are buying jar,
Yeah.
where are you going? Where are
Doing
you falling?
Rails.
I'm going to do, but if it's, I have kids, so I do both. If I'm going to make my eggplant parm, I'm buying Rayo's, and then I'm going to get shit from my friends that I didn't make my own sauce, but I don't care. If I'm going for the kids, I go Classico, because being that I'm classy, I soak those bad boys and I use them for glasses later.
Yeah.
Mason
There you go.
jars. You
Do the
want to
same
drink a
thing.
lemonade out of a regular? Nah, you want a mason jar. you know
Yeah,
what
they're
I mean?
nice.
Yeah.
A little fresh mint in there.
You know what I mean?
With a metal straw.
Before we go too far,
real classic.
before we steer too far away, what
Yeah.
are you putting out at the party, apps
App
wise?
You're coming.
I
You're
think a
coming
charcu-
correct.
I think a charcuterie plate is nice. You do
Yeah.
that.
Combos?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. You know who I
Original?
am? You know who I am at my core, bro? This is who I am. I'm gonna put all this out, but when I'm alone and I'm driving, I stop at a gas station and I'm getting pizza flavored combos. I'm getting a soda. I'm getting a fucking honey bun. I'm getting a honey bun and like a Twix, and that's gonna be my ride to like.
The pizza flavor combo is, that's a deep cut. Not many people go the classic pretzel cheddar.
No
the
way.
pizza one.
The
good
pizza one is
night.
epic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a power.
One of
move.
man's greatest achievements. Honestly,
At
is
least in
the
Foley
combo.
household.
And we're old enough to I remember when combos hit.
Me too.
They
bro.
fucking chips and pretzels were like, get the fuck out of here.
Back burner.
Yeah.
Those things hit.
You know what's funny is we never had combos in my house, and we never had Pringles in my house. But if you went to my Aunt Rue's house, that's where they were at, and I knew the fucking cabinet they were in, and she'd have a sleeve of Pringles and a sleeve of the cheese ones, and I was like, cheese, move aside, sour cream and onion, you're going down.
That's the
You come with me.
Yeah. But charcuterie plate's dope. I like the chips and guac. You got no beef from me there. I mean, I wouldn't mind something like some nice meatballs, like with a stick. You know what I mean?
We were talking about a crock pot.
Listen, I ain't even. You could do a crock pot. I'm not gonna get mad at you. I make a cranberry meatball, no big deal.
What's that about? What's cranberry
Oh,
meatball?
it's dope, dude. It's just like you make meatballs, right? And then
Uh-huh.
you take jellied cranberry sauce, cocktail sauce, not cocktail sauce, like chili sauce. It just looks like cocktail sauce, the Heinz one, but it's not. Brown sugar, lemon juice, a couple other things, and you mix it all up. You put the meatballs in, you cover it with all this, you bake it
Like almost like Swedish meatballs a little
a
bit.
little bit.
Yeah, all
yeah.
right.
Damn. Next time you have a dinner party, I just want to come shadow you so I can take notes.
Oh
the
yeah,
time.
yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Why don't you just come and hang?
Oh, I could do that too.
You know
but
what
I
I
want to
mean?
learn. I don't want to be in the experience. I got to pick up some of these fucking tips.
for your top Patreon people. West Coast, come out. We do a dinner party.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, we're going to
like that.
Larson's.
But I think you're good with all that, and I don't even care if you go to Trader Joe's. You know they have so many of those apps you can just
They do
pre-buy.
it
They do it all right.
It's it.
Yeah.
Throw that in. I'm gonna be happy if I show up at your party and that's what you're kicking.
Yeah.
Shrimp cocktail?
Sure. I mean, it gets a little pricey and it's not for everybody, and it gives a leftover stench. But
Dude, I love how he immediately has an opinion, a well thought out opinion on everything we
I
throw
love
him.
shrimp cocktail. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That used to be a go-to move when we cooked together, me and my wife. I would get some just for making dinner
My
together.
favorite thing.
No better way to kick it with a girl than like have a little snack that you're eating together
Wow,
while you're
oh,
cooking.
that's the
it.
best.
That's the best part of making dinner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
forget it.
One of my favorite things is going out to dinner with my girlfriend and having a couple drinks in the apps in the beginning.
But
you know what I mean?
you
The
know what's
booze
even
hit you.
yeah, you know what I like doing? That's somewhere else. You go to one spot for drinks and apps, and then you, especially New York, you walk to somewhere else
Popping
for
a couple
dinner.
blocks
Forget
over.
it, dude.
Whoa. This guy's
He's like, I sit down, I
That's
ain't
it.
getting up.
I'm here for the night, okay?
Leave a breakfast menu, will you, Tony?
I'm also a hardcore bar guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to sit at the bar and eat my dinner there. I don't want to
Oh,
go to the table.
Bar's
we're big on
nice.
that.
You
We're
want
at
to
the
sit,
bar.
talk with the bartender, other people coming up, you're rapping. You, know
You
what
a
I mean?
counter guy at the diner?
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
All day at the counter.
Yeah.
Day at the counter.
I'm drinking my coffee.
Some sassy waitress. Huh?
Yeah, I got the pen. in
Life
her
got
hair.
her down. Fucking cheer her up a little bit.
Do you have a favorite bar in New York?
I mean, I have a favorite restaurant.
What is it?
I literally landed, last Friday. I left my hotel, walked right there. Little Frankie's, my favorite.
Oh, on second? Is that on second Ave?
First.
First Ave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like
Spaghetti
second or something?
Limon.
Yeah.
I mean, I get to say, dude, you want to see? This is where
It's your favorite restaurant in all of New York.
Yeah, the Spaghetti
Little
Limon
Frankie's.
is the greatest.
Oh, I saw a
pasta
picture of it.
dish.
Yeah. I
it's
saw you posted it.
insane.
Yeah.
And I make it at home, but you take one bite and it's just like crushes. But everything he does there crushes. I put it this way: this is where I teeter from classy to fucking trash.
Yeah. Because that's not like the nicest place.
No, but
yeah.
it's not nice at all. It's
Yeah.
kind of a dive.
Yeah.
I mean, last night I took myself out to this French restaurant and I had pate and then I had baked lobster and like a bechamel with mashed potatoes. I mean, come on.
Damn. You went solo? Took yourself out to dinner?
Yeah. I love French, man.
That's nice.
Really?
Yeah. So it was nice. Did that right before the Village. It was like right around the corner from Village Underground.
Oh.
But like Little Frankie's, one time I went in there. Me and my buddy used to get this like, he does thin pizza with ricotta,
Mm-hmm.
prosciutto,
See how he hit that? Everybody
Yeah,
aware of that?
he
How he
hit
hit
both
that?
of it,
The
yeah.
and then
cotta.
truffle, and then it's another layer of dough over it. And he bakes it, and we have that as an app. Then I go spaghetti limon. Then I go the panna cotta. Okay, they have Moretti on tap. I'm going there. When in Rome, I'm getting the Moretti on tap. Maybe I'll have a couple whiskeys before.
Who's Moretti?
Moretti? It's a beer, bro.
Sounds like the guy
Who's
that killed,
Moretti?
Sounds like the guy that killed Gandolfini.
But this-
Moretti.
one night I was in there and I was leaving New York the next day, and we got there like 11:30, and then it was like 1, and they go, guys, we're closing the kitchen. Anything else? I'm like, let me hit that spaghetti limon
Run it
again.
back, yeah. Damn,
Two,
that's
bro.
a power move.
That's-
two
that's
different
trash.
dinners at the same place. I like
Same
it.
dinner, two
Same
times.
same dinner twice. I
Yeah.
should say.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
this
yeah.
guy's coming in like the coach of class. He's like, boys, take a knee.
Telling
you. I know.
I got the halftime speech
I'm
cooking.
telling you.
Take a knee.
Yeah.
Something else. Will you put out a dessert for this this affair, this party?
I might have sweets later. This is where you have a chance to be fun. This is where you have a chance to include everybody. You know what I mean?
Okay.
This is a chance where you can go set up a sundae bar. It's not tough. You just get a pint of ice cream. You get the scoop, the whipped cream, the chocolate. No one's going to care if it's fancy chocolate. They're going to want the syrup from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hershey's, yeah.
You do something like that.
Okay.
One of the greatest power. You want to hear a fucking power move one time? I'm at a party in the Hollywood Hills. I was only there because I had a friend of a friend of a friend, right? I'm like 27. I'm in there. I'm in the kitchen. They had a chef, right? They had a bartender outside. I'm in there in the kitchen eating some food, and this guy comes up to me. He's like, hey, man. And I go, hey, man. And he goes, who do you know? And I go, oh, my friend Tracy knows this girl who knows the guy. And he goes, oh, all right. I go, what about you? He goes, nobody. I just crashed this party. And I go, you did? He goes, yeah. I go, welcome, bro.
Yeah, let's hang.
Right? He breaks off from me. I break off. It's about an hour and a half later. They've broken down the kitchen. They've like cleaned up from dinner. Everyone's having a drink. I'm in the kitchen and I see this guy coming in. He's got his shirt folded up like this. And in the tree, there was in the yard, there was an apricot tree, right? He comes in the kitchen. He drops a pile of apricots on the kitchen counter, looks at the chef and goes, Iron Chef, dude, what's up? This is a guy who crashed this
A
thing.
party. Holy
15
In the
minutes,
hills.
15 minutes later, bowls of ice cream with caramelized apricots going around. And I went up to that guy. I'm like, you're the fucking coolest guy here.
That guy should be at every party.
Holy shit.
So listen, if you have access to a little burner, maybe you do s'mores with people. If you got a fire going,
pretty good.
If you can do make your own sundae, sure. Otherwise, yeah, have something sweet. You know,
Okay.
like the Andes. You know what I mean?
Oh,
The-
drop a pack of Andes
Couple
on 'em.
Andes.
You know what I mean? I don't know, but what did you guys throw out there for dessert?
Mini cupcakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we said if there's like
Wait
a
a minute,
local
wait,
place
you got a
that does
problem
like,
with the mini cupcake?
I do.
Why?
I got a big problem because cupcakes splashed on the scene like 12 years ago, and then everybody had a cupcake shop, and everyone brings them. And guess what? It's usually this much cake and this much frosting, and it's too much. It's fucking too much frosting.
Oh, I love the frosting.
I don't hate it.
I'd go just frosting.
Do you know how you're supposed to eat a cupcake?
Rip the bottom off, make a sandwich.
Is that true?
Sup?
Wow.
Sup, baby? He just fucking leaves.
Yeah. Unplugs the cameras. He's out.
I was the guy at that party.
Yeah, man. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed
Wow.
to pull it off and boom, make a sandwich. But there's so much frosting. It's too much.
It's the best.
Damn,
You're
that just
suppo-
blew
wait,
my mind.
Cut the bottom off. I don't get what, half it? And then put.
Yeah.
Really?
Is that like how they were designed, or that's just what people figured
I
out?
don't know,
as
but
of
someone
recent?
presented that to me.
Damn.
It's just what you do if you fucking know what's up, dude.
Yeah, clearly. I never knew.
Would you go to finishing school?
Yeah,
What's
what
going
the
on
fuck?
here?
You're the biggest bozo
You
here.
think that's finishing school. That's how fucking shitty you are.
Gang, real quick, want to talk to you about our good friends over there at Stamps.com.
The best.
Let's talk about this.
Let's do it.
Pandemic's starting to get put in our rearview mirror. Summer's in full bloom down here.
Getting back to normal, baby.
Things are getting back to normal. Things you like doing. Some things, not so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to waste too much time at the post office.
Nah, I don't want to be standing there. Summertime, nice out.
No. So use Stamps.com. With Stamps.com, you can mail, ship right from your office. You do it all right on your computer. They send you a printer. They give you deals at UPS. They give you deals at USPS. All right. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
They're saving people tons of money.
Yeah, guys. I mean, we have a lot of small business owners that listen to the show.
Yes, we do.
We use Stamps.com to send out all the cards, all the
Yes,
merch.
we
It's
do.
fantastic. We do it right here at Tootie's. They send you the printer. They send you the stuff. You bing, bang, boom, plug it in, print it up, lick it and stick it, baby. Out the door. You can set up pickups if you want, if you got a lot of stuff. We live right next to we're right down the street from the post office. We mosey over with a bag of stuff, dump it in.
Dump it in,
out-
and we're in and out.
10 seconds?
10 seconds.
And we just want the fresh air. That's why we're doing it.
Yep.
Yeah. So, guys, it's a no-brainer, saving nearly 1 million small businesses like you time and money. They offer deals you can't get anywhere else, up to 40% off USPS, up to 66% off UPS.
What?
What are we even doing
That's
here?
crazy.
Can't afford to pass this up. 60.
Anything over 50s is bonkers. Nuts.
And with their Switch and Save feature, you can compare other carriers to find the best rates at any time, guys. So
That's
stop
great.
wasting time to go to the post office. Go to Stamps.com instead. There's no risk at all. And with our promo code GARBAGE, you'll get a special offer that includes 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale.
Fantastic.
They sent it to us. We even got the free package. It's
We're
great.
hooked.
No long-term commitments or contract. Go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, type in garbage. One more time. That's Stamps.com, promo code garbage. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again.
Gang, we're here to talk to you about Fume.
Who that?
Right here, Fume, Kippy.
Our good pals.
Good pal, Canadian-made wooden inhaler with the power of super plants.
Handcrafted.
Handcrafted. Absolutely fantastic. Nicotine alternative. Allergies. Relaxation. Whatever you need, they got it.
Yeah, guys, it works with the hand-to-mouth habit, you know, the oral fixation, as you say, the
Yes,
nicotine
sir.
cravings, the menthol cravings, the stress of quitting smoking.
Smells so good.
I know it's the conquer cure, they call
Yeah.
it. It's the number one cure for quitting smoking from start to finish, and they taste great too. They have a unique minty, earthy, sweet mix of flavors, good blend,
Yeah.
right? The conquer is infused with black pepper to ease nicotine cravings, peppermint for cooling menthol sensation, and lavender to ease the whole process, baby.
Good stuff, folks.
They sent us a bunch, like I've said. They've been sending it to us like almost monthly at this point. When we're in the studio and I need a Bernie, instead of going downstairs and having one, I'm hitting a Fume, baby, taking an edge off naturally. So head to breathefume.com, check out their Quit Naturally pack. It comes with 1 Fume, 2 packs of the Conquer Cures, and you get your journey to breathing free of addiction.
Nice.
Make sure to let them know we sent you to Garbage Boys by using the promo
Please.
code GARBAGE for 10% off your order today. 10% off your order today. The link will be in the description of the episode. It's like we said, Canadian made, worldwide shipping, 30,000+ customers served, nearly a 5-star rating, all the testimonials on the website, everything. So one more time.
Everybody loves it.
Head to breathefume.com. That's breathefum.com, or click the link in the description. Use promo code GARBAGE. 10% off. Quit smoking or vaping today. Now back
to the show.
Okay, what about this? I was thinking about this on the way out of here.
Yeah.
As a sweet snack just to have out maybe the whole time, how do you feel about a caramel chocolate popcorn combo?
You just went from the top
Yeah,
of the
man,
chart. What are you
Toby.
talking about? You're going to bust out a 3-layer tin with the cheddar?
Like, what is
No,
this,
you
Christmas?
toss it in a bowl. Hey, man, I am what I am. I'm not here to lie.
You just killed. You got the light. You should have walked off stage.
Yeah.
The thunderous
He
applause.
tried out a new bit at the end of the set. You know?
He had the confidence.
Here's my problem with
Fly
it.
me to the moon.
I do like that, like really good popcorn like that. But if you're leaving it out all day, it doesn't
Gets
give any.
nasty.
There's no kicker at the end. People
Yeah.
want that sweet when they've been going savory all day. You know what I mean? I don't mind pre-making a chocolate chip cookie dough, and then like later, whenever like no one's eating food, you're popping it in the oven while people are hanging out.
That's the
everyone's
pro move.
smelling it. They're like hot cookies coming out of the oven. Forget it.
That's the thing you can't teach. That,
Yeah, I would have
That is
never
so
thought of
fucking classy.
You know what I mean?
And it's just those little extra steps that make it fucking nice, make it homemade.
Yeah.
That's really. They could
Very
be
deliberate.
They could be Pillsbury cookies. It doesn't matter, right?
Doesn't matter
If you're
anymore.
cranking out fucking fresh cookies
People are
at a
gonna
party.
smell it, dude.
Dude, you got like 6 highballs in you, and next thing you know, you smell some fucking
I don't
chocolate
know.
chip cookies.
Yeah, maybe an
Good
aperitif.
night.
Are you throwing away a little Amaro Nonino at the end?
I don't even know what this guy's talking about. I didn't understand the last 6 words he said.
An aperitif is something you have before dinner.
I know.
Or
Then you have-
digestif, or an Amaro. I mean, I love Amaros. You know what other restaurant I like in New York is Freeman's. I don't like being dressed up too much.
Freeman's is good.
Freeman's is dope. Food's not as good as like Frank's, Little Frankie's.
Yeah.
But
It was pricey, too, when I was there.
Yeah,
It
well,
was
I
like
mean,
a $55 meatloaf or something.
was it really?
Yeah, it was crazy. But I was going to get married. I was going to have my wedding there.
Oh, really?
But it was, we were going to get the room upstairs, but it was just too small for the
Yeah,
people we
yeah,
had.
yeah.
And
They
way
went
too
with
expensive.
Chipotle instead.
Went with the play place at McDonald's.
You a Chex Mix guy?
When?
That's a no. That is a no.
Hey, I'll be an anything guy, but it's all circumstantial. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If I'm like, if I'm having guests over the first time, I don't know if I'm throwing a Chex Mix out. You know what I mean?
show up, mate.
But if I'm having the boys over to watch football on a Sunday, I
Yeah.
don't mind a Chex Mix. I mean, I'm still going to do something nice.
You're gonna
You're
make
gonna
it.
Larson it.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
of
Larson.
course.
That's good.
Yeah,
You're gonna
yeah.
Larson it.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right.
All right, we got the
that's a
soiree
fucking
taken care
clinic.
of. That was fantastic. We're gonna get to some Patreon questions. We have a couple of our own that we wanted to ask you because of your class that we maybe never got to.
Yeah.
Kevin,
I have one now. This is a big one we go to. Obviously, one of the big questions we ask is we do have a lot of fucking hobo comics come in, right? You know, that aren't as esteemed gentlemen as yourself, Mr. Larson. But
they're not Little Frankie's material.
yeah. What we typically ask them if they have it, like say they found out they were going to a wedding tomorrow. Do they have a proper suit that fits? Shoes, belt, tie.
Gotcha.
Obviously, you do.
Uh-huh.
Probably have my question is, how many suits do you have?
I have 3.
You have 3 suits.
Run those
Yeah.
colors.
Well, one is, I'll start with the seersucker. You ready for this, bro?
Why did he look at his nails when he
too.
said that?
I don't know.
Grabs a mint
See, that's
julep.
the thing.
Yeah.
I would never get a manicure in my life. But
Really? I pegged you as a manicure
The nails
guy.
look
never.
great.
Thanks, man. That's all teeth.
Got great teeth, though.
I went to a wedding in the Bahamas, in Jamaica, at Round Hill, which is like this super fancy place. My buddy's from Atlanta, and his whole family's like SEC guys. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Those Southern gentlemen
Sure.
bullshit. This was the wedding.
That's Southern gentleman.
So I'm
bullshit.
like-
that's the Boston in them.
I was like, you can't go to a Southern wedding. Granted, it was in the Bahamas or Jamaica,
Sure.
and not. So I got a seersucker suit.
Can't be wearing a black suit there.
Right.
They're coming correct.
Everyone was. It was black tie.
Oh.
And I said, no, I'm wearing seersucker. Got the bow tie.
Can you wear a seersucker to black tie?
Yeah, you can. I mean,
can?
I did.
I can't. I don't know about you.
But I go down. So I got the bow tie, and I didn't get a clip on. I got a real bow tie.
Yeah, you know how to tie it?
I had to learn.
Yeah, it's tough.
Wow, you
It's
learned
tough.
how
I
to
can't
tie
get
it.
I can never get it right.
Yeah, I punched a wall.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I mean?
tough.
Trying to
Yeah.
learn.
You're like, I'm fucking doing it. You're watching the video.
Yeah. So I figured it out, right? I go down to the wedding, and I immediately I'm next to like 3 dudes that are friends of the father of the groom, and they're all SEC, Georgia, Clemson, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're all there, all in bow ties and cummerbunds, right? Their buddy comes down. He's got the cummerbund on, holding his bow tie. And he comes in. He goes, hey, do you guys know how to tie a bow tie? And all 3 guys go, no, these are just like clip-arounds. And then the guy looks at me and he goes, what about you? I'm like, oh, yeah, I tied it. And he goes, do you know how to tie it? I don't know how to tie one. And I go, sure. So I'm tying it on him, and I just stop, and I go, are you telling me that amongst 4 Southern gentlemen, it takes a Yankee to tie a bow tie? And these guys got pissed. They're like, I went to Georgia Tech. And I was just like, whatever, you're fucking shit.
Kick rocks, dork.
Yeah.
All right, you and your clip-on.
Making friends at the wedding, huh?
And then
I was asked to leave.
I have a Navy suit.
Classic.
And then
that's a knockaround suit, the Navy.
Yeah. And then I have an all black suit. When I was doing the Twin Peaks premiere, I'm like, I need a black suit. So I just went and got a black suit.
Yeah.
Nice.
But none of it's really fitting right now. You know?
What
yeah,
are you?
I'm right there with you.
Good friends getting married.
Yeah.
Okay, first time getting married.
Mm-hmm.
What are you sneaking?
What
in the
was that, by the way?
What do you mean?
You think you're talking to a guy who's divorced? You got to drop first time getting married?
No, because we're older.
Yeah, no.
We're older, so it's not like a small wedding. It's like a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
What are you dropping?
Oh, you mean as a gift?
In
Yeah.
the card. This is
What's the number?
We ask
I
everybody
think
this.
300 is good.
300.
That's a gentleman's
Okay.
move.
What do you
Gentleman's move.
See, he has the vibe. You have the vibe that I feel like you'd be around 152.
I'm a 2 guy. Now that we're making a couple of
Yeah.
bucks, I'm a 2
he just
guy.
called you a loser.
But you know
by
what I
the
feel
way.
like he is? He's the guy that shows up in like an 89 Corolla but puts 500 in. You know what I mean? He's got no money.
Yeah.
He's like, and he's telling everyone at the wedding, I slipped 5 in the car.
He's telling
Hey, it's
them.
the first time.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Don't forget this 5 bills.
Let me
He's
tell
the
you
guy who
this.
says 5, but it's really 250. That's his move.
Hold on.
$500.
I put 500 in there. You kidding?
Let me tell you this: we just got our first little bit of money.
Yeah.
Over like the last couple of months. First thing I did is I went out and bought my mom a $2,000 necklace.
$2,000?
What? $1,300. That's it,
$1,300.
right there.
$1,300.
I saw the receipt. $1,345. Okay. He literally emptied
His
his
rounding up is like once it's past the 1,000. You know what I mean?
He round up.
Keep going.
That was 1,025. That's 2 G's.
2G. My head, I spent 2 G's.
You bought her a necklace. That's just
Bought her a
sweet.
necklace.
Dude, first
Like
of all,
a dirt bag.
he's like, it's a $1,300 necklace that he got at like a fucking local. Not shitting on it, but then he goes, yeah, we're probably gonna have to get a safe deposit box or something to keep this. I go for the $1,300. You're all right.
Oh my god! My mother told me the other day she's got a safe deposit box. I go, what do you have in there? What do you have in there? She goes, papers. I go, what are you, Kramer? You have papers in a safety deposit box? I go, when was the last time you used it? She was like, well, I got it in 1987. The problem is I don't know where the key is. I go, that's because you've never used it.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, of course.
What do you put in a safety deposit box?
Cash if you're a drug dealer or something
Cash.
like that.
Yeah.
But you can't even get to it.
Do
know
you
what I
have
mean?
one?
No, I don't. And I don't have a deed to my house. A deed, maybe.
Oh yeah, they put the D. I think that's the thing. You put a deed in there.
Passports, gun.
What do you mean you can't get
No,
to
I
it?
can get a passport on
If you need cash, you're going to need to get to it quick. If you need a gun, you're going to need to get to it quick,
yeah,
right?
exactly. You're not getting in the car and driving.
Yeah,
finding some other guy to turn his key with.
I gotta run down the Chase real quick. I'll be right back. And when I get back, you're fucking dead.
And I love that he's got the safe deposit box at Chase. Hold on, let me go down to this Capital One cafe. I'm gonna grab a latte, and then.
Why? What's the safety deposit bank? Is there special ones?
I just don't know if Chase has. I mean, I just
I
can't
don't know,
imagine
but
going
yeah.
into that room with 2 keys.
You're
at
standing in
Chase.
line at a TD, waiting for the next teller.
2 guys in eyes.
Listen, my ATM card isn't working again.
Where's the slip for the safe deposit? But you got a pen I could borrow too. Oh fuck, that is good stuff.
All right, 300. 300.
That's classy. Yeah.
That's good. Have you ever had to hire a private investigator for any reason?
Because if you are, you're probably doing something you shouldn't be doing.
I want to have, but I never have.
Yeah.
I wish I had.
You know how badly I want to be in a parked car and pull up next to him so our driver's windows are facing, and he hands me a file. He's like, "You're not gonna like what you see in it." I want that so bad.
I would love to. I just don't have anything in my life that I would need. And I want to see if they could do a better job than I would do.
Oh, that's
You know
good.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I can figure this shit out. But no, I never have. I want to, though. Maybe someday, you know?
Okay.
Oh God, that's too funny. All right. When was the last time you were in a beef with a neighbor, or are you currently in a beef with a neighbor?
Currently, no. I
Ooh.
I will tell you this. There's been beef with our neighbor growing up from when we were kids my whole life.
Really?
So, like, yeah.
With your mom?
It's like Shakespeare shit.
Yeah, oh my God. And they're never moving out. Now, there's 3 generations are living in that house next door now, you know? My mother has a big yard, okay? It's like an acre, okay?
This is in Mass, right?
Yeah, and in my town, that's like the biggest yard in town. And they have a big yard, too. And it was always going to be like, well, could we build houses back there? I've talked to them. This was the story. It is still going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had beef with the neighbor once because he wouldn't give me a jump. I asked him for a jump, and he wouldn't give me a jump. And I was like, how can you not give me a jump? You know what I
Just
mean?
said
And
no?
he said no straight to my face. And I'm
What
like,
was the
dude,
reasoning?
he says it's not good for his car.
What?
He's like, that's not good for my car. You got to understand, though, I love confrontation. So I love
Yeah.
getting into it with people because I don't feel uncomfortable when I'm telling someone exactly how I feel. You know what I mean? So I'm not currently in beef with him, but I have no problem.
Airing it out.
No problem saying anything to anyone. I did hear a neighbor in my new house really, I mean, this isn't really funny, really belittling his child and screaming at him. And it was getting to me bad. And it was getting bad. Like, his kid was crying. And he's just yelling at him to pick up a plate or something. And I just go to my yard and I was like, hey! And he just kept going. He never heard me. So I'm like, I'm just waiting.
Have you ever met this guy before?
I've only lived there a month and a half. So I'm waiting and see if it comes up a second.
This is the past month and a half?
Yeah, if it comes up a second time, I'm definitely going over to the house and I'm going to say something and be like, yo, man,
tone it down.
that kid can't really defend himself. So next time you have that kind of shit, like, call me
Come knock,
and let's just sort it me and
Come
you.
knock
I've
on
never
my door,
been in a
yell
fight
at
in
me.
my life.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I was gonna
because
say,
it was bad.
You look like you can handle yourself. You're
I
a
know,
bigger
people
guy.
think that. Yeah, thanks.
What's wrong with you? It's so funny.
What's your favorite beef you've ever been in? Do you have one that stands out?
My favorite beef? Fuck. Let me see. I mean, it might take me a minute to think.
I want to
of
know
something
what
like that.
happened with the what kind of car was it that you needed
I bought.
How long ago was this?
You'll
by
like
the
this.
way?
I bought a 2010 Ford Explorer
Okay.
off my best friend at brunch one day because he was gonna leave brunch. I'm like, where you going? He goes like, I gotta go to Carfax. I'm getting rid of the Explorer. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Go do it another day. He's like, I gotta do it today. Blah blah blah. I'm getting the other car, and I was like, how much you getting from Carfax or whatever the place is? And he goes, they give me $2,000, and I was like, $2,000?
I got that on me.
At the time I look at my fiance and I was like, what do you think? And I'm like, I need a car, and he's like, I'll give it to you $1,500 if I don't have to leave here right now. $1,500. I go, done deal. I drove that car for 8 years, to the point where this window wouldn't go down and this door wouldn't open, so I had to roll down the back window. I was doing shooting a movie, and I'd show up on set, and my friend who was the lead was like, dude, I knew we were going to be friends when I saw you opening your car door that way.
Jesus.
And then finally, I was like consulting on crashing, and like you'd go to Apatow's production company.
This was like, you had this up until a couple of years ago then.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Man?
3 years ago.
Jesus, Larson.
Maybe 4.
That was your only car you had?
But you got to understand something about me. I've never given a fuck about
I know,
what I
yeah,
drive.
yeah,
It
but
doesn't
still.
matter to me. So I had that, and we're in a writer's meeting, and
Talking about HBO over here.
the home box
Not even
office.
TV, that's HBO.
You couldn't get HBO in this basement.
No.
That's a subscription-based channel.
So the PA comes in. He's like, Jay, can I get the keys to your car? I need to move it. And I was like, literally, the anxiety was like, oh, you're poor.
I don't have a car.
The next day we head off, I went out and bought a Beamer.
Yeah.
Look
at you.
I love that.
Yeah. And then I got
My
divorced, and I got rid of it. I'm like, I need a Highlander. So now I got a Highlander.
I had up until a couple of, like 2 months ago, I had a 2004, 2005 Mercury Montego, beat up, like fucking, it was a New York City car for 5 years, so it's just like hit by a bus, so it's all crunched up. Windows don't work, air doesn't work, radio doesn't work, and I went to like a really nice spa with my wife for our anniversary, and I was dreading for like the week. I'm like, hopefully they don't make me valet this thing, because it's a tough, there's like, it's just a bad look. And I pull up, and they're like, yeah, pull right in here for the valet. I'm like, nah, I'll do it myself, man.
Yeah, totally.
There
It's
was
a
an air
bad
conditioner in the trunk.
There was an window unit in the trunk.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah,
but it wasn't installed. Driving around. Hey, turn on the AC, honey. She's got to crawl over 2 rows of seats. Fucking.
I got the duct coming up to the front.
Like the cabbies do now.
yeah.
You'd be chilly in there though with a fucking window.
Hell
unit.
yeah,
Good
cranking
night.
that thing out.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
hold on.
funny.
I'm fascinated by the jump thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it. That's it? Everybody just walks away?
That was it. It got uncomfortable.
Did you
for a
ever
while
speak to
after
that guy?
Yeah, of course. But like he would avoid. Oh, this is what ended up happening. So he avoided me, and I avoided him for like 2 months. Then one Saturday night, a car goes flying down our street. Right? It's about 9:30 Saturday night, flying, ripping down the street. And I look at my wife and I go, "Holy shit, that guy's moving!" And then we just heard a crash. I run out. I pass his house. I see my other neighbor. We get down, and there's like this Escalade had just slammed into a car. They backed out, and then they drove away.
It's always an Escalade, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They drove away. And I guess what I found out later is they gave the finger to the owners that came out, and were just like this the whole way. But the front right tire couldn't move because it was jammed. So when the guy driving off, it was just like, you could hear where it was going.
Yeah.
So then when we got back to the house, I'm walking back to my house. I see the guy, Nick, who I hadn't talked to in months, getting into his car. I go, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Nothing." I go, "Looks like you're doing something." And he's like, "Well, I'm going to go follow those guys, see if I can follow that sound and find out who it is." And then like 45 minutes later, he came home. His wife opened the fence to their backyard, right, which doesn't have a driveway, and he pulled his car in. And my wife at times like, "What are they doing?" I'm like, "He's hiding his car."
He's hiding his car.
So that if they come back looking for him, he found those guys. And she was like, "Oh my God." And I do this as a bit, right?
Street
so that's where the
justice.
story ended. But in my bit, I later put a note on his door that says, "I know it was you." What is it? I know it was you. You fucked with the wrong guy. I'm going to kill your wife. That was like what I had decided. I told my wife that's what I was going to do. And she's like, "No fucking
you
way."
can't do that, yeah.
Yeah. And
Holy shit.
yeah, you know.
It's like I know what you did last summer. God damn.
He puts out a good charcuterie board, but
Yeah.
this guy's fucking bonkers.
He wants blood when it
Dude,
comes to vengeance.
I will go
Yeah.
a distance.
Yeah.
But I do like fucking with. I mean, that's part of my life. Is I love
course.
fucking with people. When we had our first kid, our OBGYN, when we went into the first meeting, you sit in his office.
Can't be
you know
fucking with
what I mean?
doctors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, I fucked with.
What are
him
you
hard.
about to tell us?
We sit down at his desk, and he's got this trophy, right? Like it looked like an Oscar, like an
Okay.
Oscar award. And we sit down, and he goes, "Look at this," and I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "The trophy," and it says "World's Best Grandfather," and I was like, "Oh, cool." He goes, "Must be true.
Yeah.
I'm the
That's
best."
his bit, yeah.
So I fucking went out, got an Oscar made, World's Best Grandfather, runner-up. And one day when my wife is in with him, I snuck out, switched him, hid his, never said anything, put a note on the bottom. I go, "Runner-up ain't bad, love the Larsons." Just left it on his desk.
Wow.
Never said anything. Then he switched it. It was up on his, my trophy was up there and his was back. Never said anything. We go in for the second kid. We sit down. He goes, "Look at this." We go, "Oh, yeah, no, we know the trophy." He goes, No, the mug." And he's got a mug his grandkids made. My sister's
Googling
my
mugs.
sister's in
Yeah.
pottery.
Yeah.
I took pictures, dimensions, sent her to her. She made the same thing. World's Best Grandfather, runner-up, switched him. He never said anything, offered me water the last time we visited him. He's like, "You want a water? You want?" He was trying to play something with me. Never did anything. So then I got a shirt made, World's Best Grandfather, runner-up. And I know his son because his son's in comedy. And I was like, "Yo, would you do me a favor and stash this in your dad's drawer at home?"
This guy's bonkers.
What are you, Loki?
Why
fuck is
why
wrong
would I hire a PI when I
Yeah,
can do
this
this
guy,
shit?
yeah, what?
Jesus.
And basically the kid was like, "Dude, I don't feel comfortable doing that to my dad."
He's
And I
like
was
Ray Donovan of
bitch.
Pranks. This is crazy.
He's an old man in a
Yeah,
doctor.
fucking want him to croak when he opens up
Hey, I
his
got
door.
an idea. We're gonna drug your dad and put him in a trunk. We'll drop him off
Yeah,
in
but-
Mexico.
You're not cool with that? You fucking bitch.
You want to frame your dad? Holy shit.
Oh my God! You have champagne flutes, I would assume.
No.
Well, he's got
What?
I got the coops. I
do
don't
the
know.
coops,
I
okay.
forgot the name.
They were
of
my
them.
Aunt Lil's. They were like from 1910. They got
It's a thing that Gatsby's holding, Great Gatsby's
yeah,
holding.
etched
yeah.
glass.
No, I got you.
And then a bulbed stem. Usually you can get a bulb stem, but not etched glass, or etched glass and not a bulb stem. I got them both. They're very expensive.
They're from 1910.
I mean, maybe earlier. My Aunt
Damn.
Lil died at 102, and she died like 10, 11 years ago, something like that.
What's
Was that
her
a real
Aunt,
name?
Aunt Lil?
Lillian. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Ah,
okay.
Lillian's a classy name.
Yeah. Do you guys
Yeah.
say aunt or aunt?
Aunt.
Aunt,
I say aunt.
Yeah.
classy.
Aunt.
I don't know if it is.
Yeah. It's the trashy way to say it is Aunt. Like my Aunt Patty.
My Aunt
That-
Patty.
Yeah, it's not classy.
What about a Vitamix? You got a Vitamix?
A Vitamix. Was that like a blender?
The big
Yeah.
blender.
Yeah, but I lost that in the divorce.
Ooh.
You took
had
the
a
blender?
I didn't take it.
The
I just
blender?
left it. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, I'm not
Jesus.
gonna take that.
When was the last time you ate with a chilled salad fork?
I have no idea. You got to go to a nice spot for a chilled salad.
Yeah.
Caviar?
I mean, I would do it. I got invited since I've been in New York. I got this guy who's a fan, and he works at a high-end restaurant. And he's like, why don't you come out to the restaurant, or you can go to my girl's. She works at a caviar tasting spot.
Ooh.
I got invited out, but didn't pull the trigger. You know what I mean?
Damn, what kind of circles this guy running?
I don't know.
Caviar
People, when
tasting.
they
You know a
know
lot of people.
I do, but that's because I don't.
And you like cool shit, so people go, hey, I got cool shit.
Yeah,
Come check out my
yeah.
cool shit.
Totally.
Damn.
Bought a car at brunch.
You know, one time.
Can I take the eggs
Bought a
Benny and
car
they
at
get
Crazy. Who does that?
Dude, I one time was doing a show.
You seem like a guy who says eggs Benny.
Yeah, I would, but
Yeah.
I don't even get eggs, Benny. You know what I mean?
What
Why not?
Hollandaise is too much. You know?
What?
Too rich.
Oh, I don't get enough of it. I was asked for
Yeah, trust me. I know. You ask him to bring out like a little fucking.
Oh, I got an
pour.
extra side.
Yeah.
I got a side of hollandaise sauce to put on my home fries. What am I, jerk off? I'm going to use ketchup?
Dude, I did a show in D.C. once, and a girl came up to me, and she's like, you come out to this restaurant. My dad owns it, blah, blah. So I go with my friend. She waits on us, have this amazing meal. She's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, towards the end of the meal, she's gone. And then someone else is waiting on
always-
us. And I go, hey, do you
Oh.
know what
It's
happened to our
always
waitress?
dicey. This is actually a question from a Patreon member. Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, she went home sick. And I'm like, really? And I go, can I talk to your manager? Manager comes over, and I'm like, hey, man. I'm like, what happened? And he's like, oh, she went home sick. And I'm like, huh.
She doesn't say nothing to you?
And I look over at my friend, and I go, he's lying to us. She did not go home sick. This is insane. And he goes, we had to let her go. And I go, because of us? And he's like, no, it just, and I go, because she said she was paying for this meal.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, man. And we had to pay for the meal.
Do you think she got let go because they were like, hey, I need a comp table 32 or
Probably.
whatever? And he was like, not fucking again?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not doing that
Wait, I
again.
thought you said
yeah.
dad owns the
yeah,
joint.
exactly.
I never even thought of that.
Oh, her dad didn't own the joint.
Clearly.
If your dad's owns you don't get fired mid-shift when your dad owns the joint.
Yeah, he pulls
get
you
it 2
aside
weeks.
after
Yeah,
and
you
then
know what I mean?
gives you a fifth chance.
That's tough love right there,
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. Holy.
At least finishing the table out. You're not booting the daughter mid-table. Wow. All right, I got one. New York City, summertime. You walk outside. You're feeling pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ice cream truck pulls up. You're allowed one item off the ice cream truck. What do you
Now
buy?
we're getting into
All right, I'm a traditionalist, all right? So listen, don't be coming at me with the fucking rocket. You know what I mean? The fucking red, white, and blue rocket. Get
Yeah.
that shit out
Those
of
are
here.
great, though.
And I don't want a chocolate chip cookie sandwich. I want straight up ice cream sandwich. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just had one.
classic ice
Yeah.
cream sandwich. You know what I mean?
Klondike? You a Klondike guy?
I'm not. I said traditional.
I don't need that new age
Listen,
bullshit.
I'm never gonna get mad at a Klondike bar, but like we do have those standards that we go to at like an ice cream. First of all, if I pass a lemonade stand that the kid's selling, I stop
Class
every
act.
single
Class
time.
act.
Really?
Oh yeah, and I always pay way more than it costs. If an ice cream truck goes by, I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. I go out and I stop them and I get ice cream, and if anyone else is there, I'm buying. You know
You're
what I
buying
mean?
for-
What do you mean?
Like the people waiting?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if kids come on the street, you're like, I got it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, that's what you do.
Really?
When you're an adult and there are kids there, yeah.
Oh, that's
Dude,
fucking
First time I
awesome.
ever saw this, I went to a wedding in Savannah.
Man, this guy's fucking top notch.
My buddy's friend who came from Money, right? And he's like, knows he did. We go in after the rehearsal dinner to this ice cream shop in Savannah, Georgia, and he sits down next to this father and son. He's like, what are you eating, kid? In a suit, legs crossed. He goes, what are you eating? He goes, yeah. Kid tells me, is it good? He goes, yeah. Guy stands up and goes, I'm buying everyone's ice cream, and bought the entire place. And I was just like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Because that
Nice.
probably cost him what? Maybe $120?
Yeah,
Maybe?
nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Fucking, I mean, dude, your mom's necklace was $3,000.
3,500
35.
with taxes. 3,500 with taxes, Jay.
Dude, you got to save this episode or whatever episode you mentioned it, because in 5 years from now, that necklace is going to be $12,000.
First year I bought her a $45,000 necklace and a Choco Taco.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What's your
that's
go-to at an ice cream truck?
Mine's I'm sorry, please.
Please.
The Choco Taco or the Screwball would be mine. But if it's
This guy is a fucking screwball, all right? Kick
if
rocks.
it's a Mr. Softy, I'm getting a twist with rainbow sprinkles like
Oh.
a fucking gentleman.
I'm getting a crunch coat. I mean, I got it twice when I was back home.
What's a crunch coat?
You know, it's like vanilla chocolate swirl,
Oh,
and then I
yeah.
go crunch coat.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
gotcha.
you know, it's-
Gotcha.
You think you know a guy. What's a crunch
A
coat?
lot of places don't have it.
Not in New York, they do.
I'm not a big ice cream guy. Get off my case.
What are you, a
Listen,
commie?
we all know
What's
you.
going on?
You probably got a crunch coat on you right now. All right, relax.
I got my own.
Spooning it over with
His underwear crunch coat.
That used to blow me away when I was a kid.
when they lay it flat.
Oh, when they would just doing the sprinkles. Like, This
Yeah.
guy a fucking magician? How's he doing that?
I know. What about you? What's your go-to on the truck?
I would go ice cream sandwiches, classic. Just had one at home. I was down the shore. Shout out to Wildwood, New Jersey. And then my mom had it for the kids. She had the cookies and cream in the middle, which first time having it,
Yep.
not too shabby.
I got it for my kids in the freezer.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Fucking-
Mickey Mouse face with the cookies and cream inside. Yeah, that's tight.
But I'm a big chipwich too. I don't mind a chipwich.
Love a chipwich.
It's got to be the good temp though. Sometimes it's like an iceberg in the middle.
Oh, can't
you can't
do
get
it.
your teeth through.
Let me just tell you this.
Find out you got cavities real quick. Do with them
You
things.
sure do. I have the ice cream sandwiches in my freezer for the kids, and sometimes when they go to sleep, I go out, I'll watch Sports Center, I bring out the ice cream sandwich, I leave it right there next to me for a solid 2.5 minutes.
yeah.
Let it get the right temp.
Yeah.
Always.
That's
Always.
Guy's clay.
pro move.
You have to let it rest
Bro.
for a little while.
Yeah.
It's like a steak.
Yeah, just like it. Just like a
Look over
Sit in
Jay
its own
slicing it.
juices for a
Kobe
little bit.
beef. Just
Yeah.
like it.
Wrap it in tinfoil. Let it sit there. Do you sleep in pajamas?
No.
Do you sleep with a fan directly on you?
I'm not mad at it. I don't have one in my room currently, but I love a ceiling fan.
How many pillows do you use to sleep in?
I have 2, and I alternate.
Two behind the head?
Well, I mean, 2, like, they'll be like this, and then I'll be like here, and I move over to that side sometimes. So I can't be elevated too high with the head.
Not one between your legs or holding one?
No, sometimes, but then I'll just bring it back up. I usually end up with it under the head.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Class
Ever been to a Bacon Brothers concert?
I don't even know who they are.
Kevin Bacon and his brother are like they do blues or something.
Fuck them.
Yeah. I played some of the same venues as them, which is not good for either one of us, I don't think. All right. How long will you use the same towel to dry yourself off after a shower? You doing like a week, every day? What do you? How long are you switching that out?
I'd say 4 days.
It's good. It's good.
4 days.
All the towels match?
Yeah. Yeah. The kids have matching towels. I got matching.
Really?
Yeah.
What color are we talking?
Gray. I'm straight gray.
Yeah,
Really?
It's the man.
Yeah.
It's the manly.
You know what I
It's the
mean?
manly color.
I got my kids like Snoopy ones, all white with a little Snoopy and Woodstock on. They each got one. Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
You know what I mean?
Snoopy's all right.
Got to make them feel like it's their shit.
Sure, of course. That's good.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I don't need you taking your shoes off when you get in. I think that's actually trashier
Yeah.
than keeping them on.
Yes, I agree.
When you keep them on, you're like, fuck it. What do I give a shit? I'll get a new rug if I want.
Yeah.
I just feel like I don't ever want to live my life so stuffy that it's not, I want everything to be
That's uncomfortable.
utilitarian.
Yes,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah,
You want to
yeah.
like just live,
Have you ever gone to someone's house for a dinner party per se, and they were like shoes off at the door?
Yes.
But and you oblige.
Yeah, of
you
course.
have to.
Have you seen that
oblige.
Sebastian bit?
No,
Oh my God, you never
Love
seen
Oh,
that?
yeah, you never saw it?
Sebastian?
It's great.
I don't think so.
He's like, I get in, the guy goes, hey, you mind taking your shoes off? He's like, take my
shoes.
And then he goes, he's like hopping on one foot, taking. He's like, so how long you guys live here? He goes, I'm talking to other grown men with their socks on.
Yeah, that's
good.
It's great.
Yeah.
We asked Chaz Palminteri that, and I go, he goes, will you take it off? He goes, who was the classiest guy
Of
in the world?
course.
Yeah.
Everything he did was a new level of class that we had never even thought of. We asked him, like, will you take your shoes off? He goes, I will. It's the last time we're going there, though. I'll do it, but it's the last time we're going.
That's
He goes, I'll do it just because I'm never coming back.
And let me tell you something, Mr. Jay Larson.
Yeah.
You're right there.
Yeah,
with
you're
him.
right under
You're
him.
fucking right there.
That's high class.
You're the second classiest person that's ever been on this show.
Yeah.
I love it. I'll tell you this about Sebastian. One time, like years ago, I sat in his car, like we're in the driveway at the comedy store, and there was cigarettes in his thing. And I go, "You smoke?" He goes, "No, I just have them in case that girl does."
Oh.
I was just like, "Oh, what?" Yeah,
Keeping Bernie's in the car for the ladies.
yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's next level. That's
That's
like preparation.
Wow,
Yeah.
dude.
He seems like he's
Yeah.
total
He's on
class.
point, yeah.
Like his underwear are dry cleaned. You get
Yeah,
that
He did
vibe.
that in West. What was it? The Wild Wild West comedy tour. You would get his underwear dry cleaned.
Really?
Yeah.
Wild.
Damn, that's
Nah,
sharp,
I don't do that.
fresh.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Would you have stuff you dry clean? You dry clean often?
I never dry cleaned until I met my wife, and then I would dry clean, and I just went to the dry cleaner for the first time in like 2 years because
Yeah.
I had stuff that I'm like,
Gotta get it,
these
yeah.
like 2 wool sweaters and stuff like that.
You got a cashmere sweater at the house?
Yeah. I like cashmere a lot.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Big fabric guy, I bet.
Oh, yeah, I love fabric.
Yeah.
When we were in that...
What a troll.
I used to,
Oh, yeah, I love fabric.
I used to go to fabric stores with my mother as a kid. That's why she would take us, and we'd have to sit there and be in fabric stores. But we're in that writing room for Crash, and Greg Fitzsimmons, you know Greg?
He's been on the show.
Yeah, so he was in the
Psycho.
writing room. I'm
He's
sitting
nuts.
next to him. He's nuts. And Pete Holmes across the room goes, Greg, I like that sweater. What is that, cashmere? And he goes, yeah, it's cashmere. And I'm just looking at it, and I go, that's cashmere? And he goes, yeah. I reach behind, look at the label, and I just sit back down. And I go, that's 70% cotton, 30% cashmere.
It's like your mom with the sauce.
I can see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's just be what we are.
That's
you know?
Cashmere coated.
It's a crunch
That's
coat.
a crunch cashmere coat.
Are you a cologne guy?
I have one. I barely wear it. I got it with my brother in P-Town. You know, P-Town in Massachusetts.
What's P-Town?
Provincetown?
Yeah.
Providence.
Provincetown.
Provincetown, yeah.
Gotcha.
And I got it one time I was home with him. You know, my brother's into cologne, and I got this nice stuff. But I would wear it if I was just going to do shows. I haven't worn it in like 2 years.
Okay.
You?
I'm a cologne guy.
What do you got?
I have a sample pack.
Yeah, you
Yeah, well, whatever was in the GQ magazine was rubbing on his neck like a cab
Whatever
driver.
my dentist carries, whatever magazine sub he's got. That is insane.
Got the Johnny Depp one today.
Cologne from a Highlights magazine.
You guys should make a Are You Garbage, like a nice cologne. You know, you can get it made, and then you should just, that
Yeah,
should
it's
be
pretty good.
There you
can
go.
get colognes made.
Something musky.
and just do them in little boom.
It smells like fried chicken.
Yeah, it's just, it smells like hangovers.
Credit cards. American Express card?
Do I? No, I don't.
No American
No,
Express.
dude. Listen, being classy doesn't mean you got cash.
Of course.
You know what I mean? They haven't been. It's not like I'm flush. You know. I would never even I didn't even have a credit card till I got married. Then I was just like, oh, I got to build my credit. You know what I mean?
Which we're doing. We just started.
Yeah.
My credit limit's
Just
$200.
started.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's not great.
Mine-
You couldn't even buy a necklace.
Can't even buy my mother a necklace.
Mine's 500.
Okay,
So
so you pay cash. I'm Capital One, baby. My limit's a
I got a
little
Capital
higher than
One.
you guys.
What do you got?
If
What do
you
you
need a
mess with?
cosigner on something, let
What's
me
my
know.
limit at?
What's your limit?
I think it's like 15 or something like
Pretty
that.
good.
15 grand?
Yeah.
Tell me you got 15 grand on you right now?
Holy
I got
shit.
15K on me.
I got
What did you think that's the rule?
I don't
My
know.
mother always said you have as much money as your credit limit will allow.
That's why mine's
15
200.
grand, man.
Well, I mean, you know, when you have a family, there's certain times you need to be able to buy things if you need it.
Yeah, you got to be able
sure.
to stick and move.
You know what I mean? You can't be like, oh, I guess I can survive without a car right now. You just
Yeah.
need to be able to step up. You know?
Got to have that line of credit.
Do you always have a little bit of cash on you?
Dude, I love having five. I think five's a nice number.
500?
Yeah, 500, 300 to 500. I think is a nice number.
Guy's ready for
What do
a
you think?
wedding
What do
at
you
any
mean?
given time.
Just to have
500 cash on you?
Yeah, I have since the pandemic. I don't carry cash anymore because
Yeah.
no one was taking
No
it,
one's
and now
taking
you
it.
can't even. Little Frankie's, cash only.
Yeah, little Frankie's, it's cash
dude,
only.
and I went in the other night.
Which is a fine as that. Anytime it's only cash,
Oh, yeah.
they got good food.
If,
You know
if
that.
they take cash and no reservations, that place
That's
is a
it.
fucking gold mine.
Well, there was a minute when I was in town where they were taking credit cards. So I was just like, oh, pandemic, they're definitely taking credit cards.
Sure.
I go in, I order my meal, and the guy goes, all right. And I go, I put a card down. He's like, oh, we're cash only. And I go, since when? And he goes, we've always been cash only. I go, there wasn't a time when you weren't. He goes, oh, there was. And my bill was like, with tip, like $110, you know? And I was like, bro, how are we going to sort this? I'm like, my ATM card doesn't work. And he's like, I go, you have Venmo? And he's like, yeah. I go, how about I Venmo you and you cover it? And he's like, all right. So I gave a very heavy tip because I'm Venmoing the guy. Yeah. I was
Classy.
like, boom, boom.
20%?
Standard.
Always.
No.
No, I'm saying
That's
is that
not-
where you start?
Oh, yeah, always
Yeah.
at 20%.
You're not going
yeah.
lower than 20.
Never.
No, yeah,
no,
yeah.
never.
Classy fucking guy.
You can't. And I was in the service industry. If you ever worked in the service industry,
know,
100%.
you know, it doesn't matter what your service was. You got to just take care of people. You know?
I was waiting tables up until 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
Now I'm buying $4,000 necklaces from my mom. All right?
It's nice, huh? She's like, I didn't even need a necklace.
She was gushing. All right, what do you got from the Patreon?
Yeah, we'll just run through a couple and we gotta
We'll
get
get you
on
outta here.
Get on out of here.
Yeah.
This is from Jessa. Anyone in your family ever won something by calling into the radio station?
Yeah, fucking me, son. Not only did I call it, well, my sister called in once and won tickets to go see the Cars, and I took my friend. I got to meet Robert Smith backstage.
Really?
Pretty tight. But I
Wait,
once won a radio car.
How'd you meet Robert Smith? Of The Cure?
Yeah.
It was the radio station. Yeah.
Yeah, where is he?
You said you were going to the Cars. That's Rick Ocasek.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. What is it? Who is
Cure.
Robert Smith? The Cure.
Cure.
You know what I
Look
mean?
at
I was
that
with
right
you.
there.
Good point,
Get
good
this
point.
bum out of here.
So I met him backstage.
That's awesome.
And I also won a radio contest once. Like they used to they saw me in my town walking down the street, pulled over, and they used to do this Gorilla in the Morning
Yeah, that
contest.
kind of thing.
What?
And I cheated on it. Cheated. They give out a number in the morning, and then they find people, and if you
You
know it,
the number.
otherwise you have to guess between a window. I made my guess. A woman pulled up behind a caravan. She's waving me down. I go, I'll be right back. I got to go over there. And they go, you can't go talk to that woman. You're in the middle of the contest. I'm like, it's my aunt. She's getting married in 2 weeks. I'm in 9th grade. Go over. She goes, you in the contest? I go, yeah. She goes, you know the number? I go, no. She gives it to me. They get me on the air. I had already told them my number. Get me on the air. I give the number she gave me. They go nuts.
Now they can't take it away from you.
Now they can't take it away. She comes over to the car. They have to send it to her because I don't know my social security number. I'm like 14 years old. And I won 11 Hyundai Lodge.
Holy
It was
shit.
36 after tax 22. I got to go 50-50 with her. And then
Class, class
you want to know class? I took that money to Marshall's to go
Marshalls.
clothes shopping. And the first day of school, yellow silk shirt. Second day, green silk. I wore silk shirts.
back-to-back silk shirts.
Long sleeve.
First week,
Long
you look real
sleeve
silk.
silk
Hot
shirts.
as shit. Those
Like he's
first 2 days of
Furio or
school.
somebody. Who the fuck wears long sleeve silk shirts?
Oh, man. I was killing it, son.
Sweating.
Damn.
That's
Wow.
crazy. You never met this woman before in your life,
No,
and she knew you that you were doing the radio contest.
She saw because they had the Kiss 108 van. You know what I mean? The whole black
That's
van
pretty
was out there.
trashy,
Yeah.
man. The
I've
town,
since
the town knows.
I've since gone and
that
done
the 108
his show.
fan?
The guy that Matty in the Morning. He's been like the radio host there
Forever,
forever.
yeah.
So I've done it when I'm doing Laugh Boston. I was like, dude, you know I cheated at a radio contest with you. He's like, this guy.
We're gonna need that 36 hundo back. All right, this is from Kyle. How do you feel about chilled beer glasses?
A frosted mug. If
Yes.
I'm at a buddy's house and he busts out a frosted
Game
mug
changer.
all day.
Okay.
I used to have them in my house, but I wasn't drinking beer on the reg. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And there's certain beers you want in there, like a Corona Pacifico, something like that. You want in a frosted.
crisp.
Mhm.
That's a nice pull.
Do you
Top
still
notch.
booze a little bit?
Yeah, but I just don't I'm not the guy who comes home and has a steak and can't wait for that cold beer. But when a cold beer comes around,
You're
I'm
happy.
stoked.
Yeah,
You're
in.
good.
Yeah.
Mm.
I have a beer question real quick.
Yeah,
LA guy now.
yeah.
How do you feel about a michelada?
I love a michelada, but I started liking micheladas when I worked at the Rusty Knot on West 11th and West Side Highway. You know what I mean? But I like it in I like taking a beer, salt, lime, and hot sauce in it, and then drinking that. I don't know if I need to go through the whole bring it out with a fucking pickle and an onion and an olive and shit like that.
Bare
you know?
bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you two talking about? What's a michelada?
We're
It's
two
a
classy
Mexican-
guys
it's a
having a
Mexican
conversation,
thing, right?
Two gentlemen.
Yeah, michelada. It's like there's tomato in there and or just salt, lime, and hot sauce.
It's almost like a Bloody Mary. It's
Yeah.
like Tajin around which is like a Mexican seasoning around the rim, and then they'll use like clamato or tomato juice, a little bit of pickle juice sometimes. It's amazing.
yeah, it's
Look
nice.
at you two. The cupcake sandwiches,
Mhm.
micheladas. Not bad.
He's on the verge
shit.
of class over here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I really blew it with the popcorn question.
Yeah, that was a bozo move there, T-Bone.
I'm just saying, have a little sweet out for the time.
All right, let's do this. Let's wrap it up with this. This is from Omar. How do you feel about a handkerchief or a bandana to use? Blow your nose back in the pocket.
I will tell you this. There was a time I was opening for Steve Byrne on the road, and
Uh-huh.
Steve was starting to really pop. And he would wear a suit on stage every night. And I remember
Classy.
we go out shopping the
Yeah,
next
he
day.
was always a suit guy.
And I
yeah.
go, why you start wearing a suit, huh? He goes, yeah. I go, you got a handkerchief in there? He goes, no. I go, dude, you got to have a handkerchief. And so I bought him a pack of cloth, nice handkerchiefs to have. If you have a suit, you need a handkerchief. I'm not an old
Pocket,
man.
You mean up here?
No, I'm saying to have inside in case you're sweating on stage. You pull out a nice handkerchief. If you're with a lady and she needs a handkerchief. If you need to blow your nose, sure. But I'm not my grandfather.
You're
I'm
not
carrying
putting it in the
around.
pocket
No,
every day, and
no.
you're in jean shorts or something.
So you're saying on a suit jacket pocket, you open that pocket.
I'm saying I always, first of all,
No,
I
he's saying
always,
on the inside. It goes
Yeah,
on the
Inside. He's not
But-
talking about a.
but on the outside, I will always have a decorative handkerchief to match whatever the vibe is. And if I'm not going tie, I still want something to give off a little flair. And then inside, you have the handkerchief to offer to someone or for your own,
Because Kippy and I were going back and forth. He was saying outside suit
I don't open it.
that you don't open.
I don't open.
Which I think
don't
is
open
crazy.
this pocket.
Yeah.
I keep it sealed because it tends to, it gets haggard looking,
Yeah, well,
the
that's
first
why
thing-
you get new suits.
I know.
You know what I mean?
which I'm doing tomorrow actually. No
I
big
currently
deal.
do not
You
own a
getting
suit.
fit?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Suit
What are you getting a
supply.
suit for?
The wedding. We talked about this. We have a wedding.
Oh, in Germany.
No, in July. I have one in Germany as well. Yeah.
Oh,
I need a
that's right.
summer suit. I need a nice summer suit.
Yeah, what color you going? Navy?
No, I got navy. I got like the knockaround navy suit that I go. I want
Yeah.
to go a little lighter. I think I'm going like light gray.
Light gray is nice.
I got to get a new suit for the same wedding. What do you think I should do?
I think navy.
Okay.
I said navy. He also doesn't have a suit,
I don't
so
have
you
a
need
suit.
a navy suit.
Navy
That's your
is-
go-to
yeah,
suit.
you can wear that to a funeral.
Anywhere,
you can
yeah.
wear that to a event. You can go to an opening. You can go to anything.
What's an opening?
You know, like an art exhibit or like
Denny's.
any place has an open sign.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jay Larson, buddy, thank you so much for sitting with us.
that, baby.
Is there anything you want the folks out to know? What do you got coming up? That's your camera right there.
No, nothing really. No, I co-EP and direct all the sketches for the Connor Moore Show. It's on Golf Pass. If you're into golf, check it out.
Which you dressed up. You're on the
Nice,
course.
nice.
It looks
Yeah.
like you should be on the tour, dude.
You know what I mean?
He's
I
got
like-
the hat, the
I like
shirt,
dressing nice, yeah.
everything's touched. Yeah.
And then I'm doing Schumer's new show, that Life and Beth, which is coming out on Hulu. But that's just keep an eye out for it.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Kippy, what do you got for him?
As always, rate, review, subscribe, iTunes, YouTube, Patreon, and the live shows. All the information will be in the description. Check that out. Can't wait to see everybody on a road.
What an episode. This was so much fun for us, Jay. Thank you so
Same.
much for
Thanks,
coming in.
brother.
We love having you here. We think you're the best. Thank you. And gang, we love you guys, and we'll see you next week.